Aloha! Today we're going to start lying down and have a strap within reach. And if you are part of the Extra Curvy Club, have your wedges under the convexities. So just a little time to tune into the breath. Have the strap within reach in your arms. So start with your knees bent. Take your heels a little wider than your toes. Let your knees come together. And either rest your hands beneath your navel or in a cactus position, whatever feels right for you at this moment. And allow for a longer exhalation. Just let your body settle into being reclined on a flat surface. And then the next time you inhale, make the inhalation a little bigger, a little more buoyant. So you might feel your belly rise and expand. Exhale, letting go again. And then the next time you exhale, go ahead and extend your legs onto the floor. Just let them be there for a moment. Stay breathing. And then reach through your heels. As you do that, open up the spaces between your toes. Take your hands to your hip points and lengthen the top of the thighs in the direction of the feet. Grab a hold of your mat from the sides, and as you reach the heels back, lengthen your spine the opposite direction. So if you actually hold onto the mat and pull it away from your head, that's going to give your spine a little traction. Be careful that your ribs don't pop up when you do this. Good. And then release that. Go ahead, grab your strap. Take the strap between your thumb and forefinger and lengthen up towards the ceiling. Reach through your inner wrists and very slowly, let's go slow, begin to take your arms towards the wall or the fence behind you, working the shoulder joint. When you get to the place where you feel some resistance, you feel like maybe the ribs want to lift up, actually draw your chin towards your chest, lift your head a little bit, drop the ribs a little. Now can you keep them dropped as you bring your head back? Go slow. So it's an active movement. Nice long reach and stretch here. Inhale, bring your arms on up. Let's again take your chin towards your chest, lengthen the back of your neck, lift up again. And then begin to take your head back down, keeping the ribs stable. I know it's not completely possible always to do that. As you take your arms overhead, sometimes you need more of a lift under your upper back and head to actually do that with extreme precision, but this is good too. All right, and then next exhalation, let's long reach through the left leg. Next exhalation, bring your right knee towards your chest. Take the strap around the right shin so that you can pull on the strap a little, firm your shoulder blades. And circle your right ankle, one direction. And then circle ankle 3 times the other direction. Okay, and then reach your arms up, extend the right leg out. Next exhalation, other side, left knee. Take the strap around the shin, 3 circles. One direction, 3 circles the other direction. And then inhale again. Now let's go back and forth with inhalation, exhalation without the strap. So drop the strap, exhale, knee to chest. Inhale, arms overhead, extending both legs, reaching through the heels. We'll do this 2 more times each side. Exhale, knee to chest. Inhale, arms up overhead. So fairly deliberate movements. All right, and then interlace your fingers, reach your palms up towards the ceiling. A little different with the arms interlaced. One last time to take the arms towards the wall behind you. Towards the fence, it might not go as far, that's fine. Reach, breathe, and then release your fingers, palms face each other, reach for the pinky fingers. Bring your arms up, bend your knees, a little Tetrasana. Moving around. Okay, and then let's do a little hip circle. So place your left foot on the floor, right knee, so your thigh is more perpendicular. 3 circles to the right thigh. 3 circles to the left, encouraging the center of the body to stay stable. And then second side, 3 circles on the left side. Okay, and then what I want you to do is start by circling your right leg outwards and circle the left leg inwards. So we're circling them both at the same time, but they're going opposite each other. Whee! And then switch directions. It's just kind of fun. And you get the circle on. Right, and then a little more Tetrasana. And make your way up, however that works for you. And come to all fours, onto your hands and knees. It's time for Scarabasana. I like to have blocks under my knees. Gives my spine more parallel to the floor. Sometimes I do that, sometimes I don't, depending. But today, let's do that. Blocks under your knees. Hands under your shoulders. Spread your fingers gently. Slide shoulders away from there. Scarabasana, shoulder blades towards each other and away from each other. Let your head drop as you go. Okay, and then let's use this position as an opportunity to wake up the belly a little bit. So by doing that, we're going to keep stable in the hips, stable everywhere. Slide the shoulders away from the ears. You can let your head drop if it feels too much to lift your neck up. If it feels good to have the neck up, go ahead and do that. And then very slowly, bend your right elbow in such a way that your right hand has much less weight on the ground. But as you do that, don't put any more weight on the left hand. Try to use the center, this is to wake up the belly, to stabilize. You might even take your hand off the floor. Whoa, I feel this in my lower belly quite a bit. It looks so simple. And yet, breathe. And then release. Take a moment. Okay, now second side. Stabilize. Shoulders away from the ears. Begin to bend the left elbow. You may notice one side's easier than the other. And then release. We're going to go back to the first side, but this time what I'd like you to do when you do the first side is first have a very long exhalation. Hold the exhalation as you lift. If you need to breathe, breathe, but try holding the exhalation. Does that help you find the belly a little more? And then release. Take a few breaths to get back to equilibrium. Okay, second side. Exhale. Through the mouth. Hold the exhalation. Lift the left hand. Inhale, release, and then circle your hips 3 times to the right and 3 times to the left. And come off the blocks. Put them off to the side. Time for a puppy pose. Tuck your toes under. Extend one arm, the other arm. Reach back. Get a lot of length in your spine. Child's pose. And downward facing dog. Maybe pull your pants up. All right, so tuck your toes under. Lift your knees up. Take a moment. Find the length by pressing the base of the palm towards the front of the mat. Let your head release. Slowly move towards straightening the legs. Morning dog. At least for me. I feel the backs of my legs a little bit. Taking my time. I'm going to grab onto this mat as I press the thighs back. Good. And child's pose. Inhale, come on up to sitting. Sit up on some height if that's helpful for you. And have your strap within reach. So I'm going to start in cross-legged. Focus again on getting activity here in the muscles of the upper back by using the arms to do so. So take a hold of the strap between your thumb and forefinger. And then find the front edge of your sit bones. So nice and long and tall. On your inhalation, take your arms up. Sit bones ground down. Spine lengthens up. Breathe. All right. Take the arms down. Keep your spine lengthening up as your arms come down. Walk your hands a little closer towards each other. Unless that's too close. You'll decide as you take your arms up again. Right, root down to lengthen up. So we're challenging ourselves where it's not taxing in the sense of hurting the joints or making you feel the need to do funny movements in the center. All right, arms down. And then take your arms closer again if accessible. Okay. Sit bones run down, spine lengthens up. This time from the space between the shoulder blades, look up gently. All right. And then as you come down, keep your spine lengthening up. And then one more time, hands a little closer, maybe shoulder distance apart. Inhale. And then again, take the arms on down as you encourage your spine to lengthen up. You may say, what is with all this arms up and down? I'm really focusing on wanting to get more strength in all the little muscles of the upper back. And this is one great way to do it. So now, go ahead and switch across of your legs. Interlace the fingers, reach your palms forward. Unless this is too intense, then continue the strap. I find when the arms are closer, right, the arms don't go as high. For me, I get about here, and my shoulder blades say up. You're not going any further unless I lift them and then go to the second stopping spot. Breathe. Sit bones ground, spine lengthen, reach through the palms. Again, from the space between the shoulder blades, look up. And now release your fingers, turn your palms to face each other, and hold. Really engage the muscles of the upper arms. I can feel my left side a little sleepier than the right today, so I'm really hugging especially the triceps. Okay, now begin to bring your gaze back forward and reach your arms wide, 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 wide. Keep the muscles engaged. So we're taking the time, not moving super fast, but moving deliberately. And then bring the hands together again, opposite thumb on top. Same thing, reach your arms forward. Check you're on the front edge of your sit bones. First stopping point, take a moment. Lift the shoulder blades, second stopping point. Breathe. From the space between the shoulder blades, look up. Slowly release your fingers, palms face each other. Hold that. Breathe with that. And then slowly, deliberately, start to lower your gaze to neutral forward as you reach your arms wide. This time just take your arms out to shoulder height. Hold them there. From the space between the shoulder blades, look out over your right arm. Come back to center. Look out over your left arm. Come back to center. And then slowly lower your arms on down. All right, and then release, roll the shoulders a few times, up and around. And let's come into Dandasana. Have the strap within reach. Just a few more of these spine lengthening experiences. Hands on the back of your thighs. Press your hands on your thighs, thighs into your hands. Lengthen, reach through the heels. Thighs ground down. Let's get the strap. Inhale, arms up. Little different with the legs extended. Right, if it's a little too much, bend your knees. Sit bones ground, spine lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Reach through those inner wrists. Breathe. Slowly begin to take the arms on down. How's it feeling after we've done this so many times, right? I don't think I've taught that many classes where we take the arms up and down so many times. Today's the day. All right, so take your arms a little closer if that works. Or keep them where they were, depending how your shoulder's feeling. Again, grounding down to lift up. Breathing, breathing, breathing. So as we hold it longer, it's not static. You have to constantly adjust, readjust. Work the legs, work the arms. Envision those muscles of the spine saying, yes, I am here, holding up the spine. Helping to keep you strong and mobile. All right, and tall even as you take the arms on down. So next time, option with or without the strap. We're going to do this 2 more times, so your choice, with or without the strap. Interlace the fingers if you're not using the strap, palms forward. First stopping point. Second stopping point. If you have the strap, keep holding on. If not, just slowly release your fingers. And whichever way you are with strap or without, look up. Reach, 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 reach for the pinky fingers, even with the strap. All right, and then gaze forward, slowly lower your arms. This time lower them in front. Right, one more time, opposite thumb on top, palms forward. First stopping point, second stopping point. Breathe. It's starting to get easier after so many times. Slowly, if you have your hands interlaced, release your fingers. Look up. Reach, reach, reach. And then lower on down. Excellent. Okay, go ahead and bend your right knee. I have to say, I've never done that so many times in a row, and I think I'm going to do it a little more often now. All right, let's do a little twist. So bend the right knee. Keep the shoulder blades down the back. Inhale, lift and lengthen your spine. On the exhalation, begin to spiral from the belly. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, spiral. Right hand behind your back. Take your time. Get into the spine. Any adjustments that you need to do for extra curvy spines, please go ahead and do that. I'm going to do my own. One more inhalation. On the exhalation, unwind, keeping your spine nice and long. Extend the right leg. Feel the toes. Second side, bend the left knee. Hold on to your shin. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, spiral. Taking your time. One more inhalation. On the exhalation, unwind. Extend the left leg, wiggle the toes. And then take a moment, Baddha Konasana, sole the feet together. I just want to share with you that this morning I was feeling lazy? Not lazy. No, I was feeling like I didn't really want to move and feeling a little sad. And actually doing that arm movement has changed my mood. So just notice if that makes a difference for you as well. All right, Upavista Konasana. Take a moment, take your legs wide. All right, reach through the heels. If it feels good to hinge forward, keeping your spine nice and long, go ahead and do so. Do not force it. Let's come back up. Bend the knees. And make your way to lie down on your belly. If you've got the extra curves, put a wedge under the concavity of your waist. All right, so you're going to lie on down in such a way that you have space to take your arms overhead. And you can see maybe the little fairy house right there, thanks to Frank and Bella. All right. So from here, rest your forehead on your hands and then press the top of the feet into the ground. As you press the top of the feet into the ground, lengthen through the top of your thighs. Good. And then tuck your toes under for a moment and lift the thighs again. Lengthen through the top of the thighs. And then release the right foot onto the floor, release the left foot onto the floor. Again, press the top of the feet onto the floor. Take your arms out in front, so now your forehead's resting on the mat. Press your palms down onto the mat very actively. So again, reaching those upper arms, using the muscles of the back to help with that. As you press your palms down, very gently lift your head up. Again, from the head lifting from the space between the shoulder blades. Keep pressing down with the tops of the feet. So we're activating a lot of the back body here. All right, and then go ahead and release. Turn your head to the right. You can bend your elbows if that feels good. Let everything go. And then let's do that again. Come onto your forehead. Reach your arms. Press down with the palms. Press down with the tops of the feet. Lift up. Breathe. Just checking that the camera's still running. All right, and then release. Rock a little side to side. So we're going to do this a few more times. This time again, press down at the tops of the feet. Take your arms forward, but this time turn your palms so they face each other. As your palms face each other, reach your pinky fingers way out. Press down with the pinky finger side of the hand. Lift up. Breathe. All right, and then release. Rock a little side to side. A few more of these, different variations. Reach your arms out again, like we just did. But this time, begin to lift your right leg and lift your left arm, just a little bit. As much as you lift, reach. Any pain in your lower back, lower down, or don't do the lifting part. Right? When we were very, very little, we used to lie on our bellies, but most of us haven't done a lot of these kinds of things. Go ahead and release unless you've been intentionally doing these movements in an exercise practice. Second side, right arm, left leg. But most of us don't move this way very often, so it is challenging. I find it in an interesting way. Like, it's hard, but it's not the kind of thing where we're like pushing. That's how I find it. There's also, it's a little harder to breathe here because our bellies are on the ground. All right, and then release. Rock those side to side. All right, so now you have the option of doing the right arm, left leg again, or pressing down with the tops of the feet to lift your head, and then lengthen through the thighs and lift your arms and your legs. Okay, those of you who've done the right leg, left arm, release on down. Those of you feeling good staying here with both arms, both legs, stay there. Those of you, if you are doing the one side, go ahead and now do the other side. Okay, and then come on down, release, rock a little side to side with the hips. All right, so from here, begin to bend your elbows directly backwards. As you do that, lift the chest. So it's a gentle slide, or focusing on opening from the upper chest, not so much the lower back. So press down with the palms, firm the shoulder blades, lift and open your chest. Breathe. Keep the legs active here. So because you're seeing my left side, you might see it a little more crunchy looking, because that's my shorter side in the lower back, in the waist area. But I'm trying to breathe into that space. Mm-hmm. All right, and then take your elbows out to the side to release down. Slide your hands a little lower so your thumb comes onto your armpits. Hug the elbows and lengthen to lift up again. Baby cobra. Not worried about how high you can go, but how much length can you get as you lift up? All right, and then release. From here, bend your knees. We're going to come up onto all fours to transition to child's pose. On your exhalation, press down with your hands. Straighten the arms. And then actually puppy pose first. So puppy pose. Find the length in your spine. Put the wedges out of the way if they're in your way. And then your choice, downward facing dog or child's pose. I'm going to come into downward facing dog. I'm just checking that's filming. The film has turned off a few times. I'm not sure why, so you might notice a couple breaks in this class. I'm trying to tie them together, but something the iPad wants to sleep today. So if you're in downward facing dog, bend one knee, bend the opposite knee. If you're in child's pose, allow for a longer exhalation. Then if you're in dog pose, lift your heels as high as they will go. Take your sit bones up and back at the length in your spine. As you slowly lower your heels towards the ground. If you're in downward facing dog and forward bend feels good, walk your feet forward between your hands. If not, come into child's pose. Those of you in child's pose, stay in child's pose for a moment. And then those of you in child's pose, come up to sitting. Those of you in forward bend, come up to standing. And let's all join on our knees. So I'd like you to come onto your knees. Some of you remember when I thought I had an injury, which turned out to be something different, which I'll talk about another time, but I did a lot of knee walking. So what I'd like you to do is to, when you stand on your knees, have as much padding as you need. If this doesn't work for you, of course, come into mountain pose. Take your hands to your hips. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen the top of the thighs. One of the great things about lying on your belly is you have the opportunity, and you do it more automatically, to lengthen the top of the thighs. Now you may find that a lot of us, when we stand on our knees and we think we're standing straight, we're actually a little bit like this. Like this actually might feel more neutral because of tightness at the top of the thigh. So lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Open up the space here. As you do that, you might find that this area, the back body, the area where the buttocks and the hamstrings come together, begins to engage a little bit more as well. Okay, good. All right, and then from here, make your way to standing. Perhaps it works to do it with no hands. Take 1 foot forward, come on up. Perhaps you use your hands. But whatever you chose, come into mountain pose. Feet grounding, spine lengthening. Take a moment, awareness in your back body. Fingertips ground down, spine lengthens up. Good, and then find your strap. Take the strap between the thumb and forefinger like we've been doing. Inhale, take your arms up. Look familiar, right? On your exhalation, take the strap on down, keep your spine long. Walk your hands a little closer. Inhale on up. Exhale on down, doing a little faster now. Walk your hands a little closer. Inhale on up. Exhale on down. So maybe walk the hands shoulder distance apart. Inhale up. This time hold wherever you are, from the space between the shoulder blades. Look up. A little extra balance practice. Lift your heels. Come onto the ball of your toes. Reach, reach, reach up with the arms. Keep the reach in the arms. Slowly lower your heels on down. Take your arms on down. So option now to do this without the strap. Interlace your fingers, palms forward. Arms to the first stopping point. Shoulder blades lift, arms to the second stopping point. Release your fingers. If you're using the strap, stay here too. Look up, reach, breathe. Arms on down. And then opposite thumb on top. First stopping point. Second stopping point. Look up. Release the fingers. Arms down, spine lengthens up. And then roll your shoulders a few times. Time for big asana. Take your arms wide. Those are the legs, the arms of the lower body, the legs of the upper body. Any other ways. Arms wide, legs wide. Take up lots of space. Roll your arms so your palms face up. Reach your arms out. We call this star pose. Look up a little bit. Reach for the pinky fingers. Take your arms down to shoulder height, that is. Bring your hands to your hips. Let's come into warrior two. Left leg in, right leg out. Inhale, arms up. Feel the back body supporting you. Exhale, bending the front knee. Warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2. Look out over the right arm. Come up, ground down with the back leg. You can keep your arms up or bring your palms together as you go to the second side. Watch out for errant straps. Inhale, arms up. Exhale. And then come back up. Turn the left leg in. Walk your feet together. And take a moment, mountain pose. Let's inhale, take the arms out to the side. Just reach up, look up. And then keep your spine long as you take your arms back out to the side and down. And grab your two blocks, just to have them within reach. Take your legs wide again, about a leg's length apart. One more standing pose, side angle. That's also really good for all these muscles back here. So left leg in, right leg out. Inhale, arms up. Bend the front knee towards warrior two. Then take your left hand to the back leg. Reach up. Keep this nice length as you bring your forearm onto your thigh. Press the forearm down. Spiral your spine open. Take the left arm up and over. Keep pressing actively down with the right forearm. And then to come up, root down with the back leg. Inhale, come up. Other side. Right leg in, left leg out. Towards warrior two. Right hand to the back leg. Left arm reaches. Keep the length. Forearm onto your thigh. Right arm up and over. Find the back leg. Inhale, come up. Left leg forward, hands on your hips. Hinge forward. Walk the hands as far as they will go, so a little more length. And then as you lengthen, press down with the palms. Lift your chest up, lift your head a little bit. You may feel, again, some activation in the upper back. Now, option to stay here with the long spine, or if it feels great to let your spine release forward towards the ground, go ahead and do that. And if your hands are still in the blocks, walk them under your shoulders. If you folded forward, walk your hands under your shoulders too. Bring your legs as close together as you need to bring your hands on your hips. Come on up. Walk your feet together. Stand in mountain pose. And then become the river going down the mountain. Flow your way down to the ground. However you get there, take a little more time today moving different parts around at different heights. So you could be standing and then bend the knees a little. Maybe take the legs a little wider. And find your way down to the ground. You can flow a little here too. Lie down on your back. As you do, get settled in, move the props out of the way. Take your arms overhead one more time. Nice long reach and stretch. And then release the arms, bend your knees. Take your knees over to the right, little gentle Elvis twist. Lift your legs a little over to the left. Bring your knees back up. It's time for Shavasana. Extend your legs. Take your arms by your side. Close your eyes. Watch your breath. Let the breath guide you to Shavasana, to relaxation. slowly and gently. Bring your awareness back to your body, back to your breath. Bring a little movement to your fingers, bring a little movement to your toes. Reach a little through your arms and reach a little through your legs. And then bend one knee at a time. Roll over to your side. Use your hands to come up to sitting. Feel the sit bones ground. Encourage your spine to lengthen as you bring your palms together over your heart. May your back body soar with delight as the muscles, the paraspinal muscles, also called they have many names, but that's one of them. May they delight in the movement and the role that they have in helping us be present in the world. Namaste. Okay, so as I said during the practice, I had never, I think, taken my arms up and down that often unless I was doing sun salutations. And I highly recommend it. Now I know we're not going to be able to do that every day regularly, but it reminds me to remind you just to take your arms overhead every so often, just wherever you are. And of course, if you have a bar at home or a ledge, just take your arms overhead. You can hang so good for all these areas back here that we don't see, but we really rely on quite a bit. Very important to keep those back muscles strong. I think, as some of you know, I was moving a lot of things this summer, and I really became aware of how important those back muscles are as I was lifting lots of boxes and things. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks for joining me again. I really appreciate it and enjoy sharing with you. Aloha.